Today we'll be joined by Sydney Harper, a graduate of the Student Reporting Labs program. Hey, Sydney.
Hey, Ty.
Sydney is now a freshman at the University of Pittsburgh, majoring in political science. It's spring break week, so Sydney reached out to the NewsHour and asked if she could spend the day in our newsroom. But before we get to that, Sydney, tell us a little bit about what you've been up to at Pitt.
I actually do work for the Pitt News, and I'm working in the multimedia team. I like doing that because it's kind of what I did in high school with the Student Reporting Lab. We go out, we cover events, we get interviews, and we put it all together in a news package. And we also do a weekly update, which is kind of like a broadcast of each paper for the week, for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we do it on Friday. And it's really cool because it gives me kind of on-camera experience and experience being an anchor.
And is that something that you want to pursue, being in front of the camera?
Definitely. I love working with the Pitt News because I get to get that hands-on experience. Even though Pitt doesn't have a very known or very strong journalism program, it gives me that hands-on experience, being in front of the camera, being behind the camera, writing scripts, working with teleprompters and everything like that, all the different parts to making a news broadcast.
Wonderful. And so tell me this, do you think your experience with the Student Reporting Labs program has prepared you for what you're doing now?
I think it has. It's probably the reason that I'm doing what I'm doing now, because the Student Reporting Lab was my first experience with, journalism, making stories, learning how to go out, get footage, interview people, and put it all together to make a understandable story for a viewer. So I got that experience in high school, and I found out that I loved it, so I wanted to make sure I was able to pursue it and continue going into it in college. So definitely, I think Student Reporting Lab is the reason that I'm still doing what I'm doing today.
Wonderful. And do you feel like you have a leg up on your peers, like more experience with media and broadcast journalism?
Definitely, because I came in knowing how to use Final Cut. I came in knowing how to do an interview. I came in knowing what a lower third is and how to use a tripod and all kinds of different things that some of the people I'm working with had to learn as they went along. So I definitely have the ability to kind of jump into things and make good pieces. I'm just a freshman. I'm working with sophomores, and I'm just a freshman, so I get a chance to be on their level and even a little, above it, because I've had that experience in Student Reporting Labs.
That's wonderful to hear. So tell me this, do you think programs like Student Reporting Labs are important for youth journalists, and if so, why?
I think it's very important because for some students, they might not know what they want to do, so Student Reporting Labs would give them that exposure to a whole new world of things to do and fall in love with. So I think for students who might not know what they want to do, it's a great experience, because I had never been involved in it until then, and it showed me that I loved it. But then for students who may already know what they want to do, it just gives them a chance to kind of hone their skills and hone their craft and get them some real experience in what they want to do. So it's
nice.
Very necessary.
So talking about real experience, you spent your day at the NewsHour yesterday. What was that like? Tell us a little bit about what you did and maybe what your biggest takeaway was.
Well, it was very cool because I got a chance to shadow the reporter-producer for the political team, and she was fantastic because I got a chance to see her doing pre-interviews with the guests who were talking about the election down in the district in Florida, and I got a chance to kind of see her do what she does every day and talk to people, interact with people in the office. She showed me all the different parts to the broadcast for the day, who does what, where they sit, what they had to do in order to get where they were. So I guess the biggest takeaway I got from the day was kind of just seeing what people did to get where they are, seeing how everybody has a different path, and kind of just taking things from the different ways they got to where they were and seeing what I could take for myself in terms of my college experience and internships I might want to do, or jobs I might want to have, or different programs I might want to get into. So it's very, very informative.
And how important do you think are experiences like you had yesterday?
I think it's very important because, again, so students might think they want to go into something. They might say they might have this dream that they want to go into it, but they might not have ever seen what it actually is like in the real world outside of the bubble of their high school or their college newspaper. So I think it's important to see what it actually is like in the real world, what you actually would be doing, to make sure that you actually do love it. And going there to NewsHour yesterday just showed me that I do love it, and that's actually what I do want to do.
That's wonderful, Sydney. So this has been Sydney Harper from the University of Pittsburgh. Thank you for joining me today, and we look forward to seeing you maybe during your next school break.
Definitely. I will be contacting you guys. You guys are the best.
Wonderful. Thanks, Sydney.
Thank you.